Hello, everybody. It's Spoken World Online, week number 264. And we are in our sixth year, the online iteration of Spoken Word Paris, connecting poets from around the world every week since March 16th, 2020. And tremendous thank you to David Leo Sawa and to Brother Rick for managing this huge crowd today. I think we have to call this a jam-packed edition of Spoken World Online, and Therese for her just so heartfelt and beautiful feature. So I wanted to commemorate the birthday on April 13th of my dear friend, the late Margot Skinner. It was her 104th birthday, April 13th. She was a poet, a journalist, a social activist. And I got so much from all those times I spent visiting with her in her little studio and uh, sharing stories and poetry and stuff like that. And when I recall her telling me about her memories of the San Francisco general strike of 1934. It's a very important event in United States history. And Margot telling me how everything shut down, the entire city shut down. She said, except for a handful of restaurants who, by agreement, were able to stay open to provide meals for people who otherwise wouldn't be able to get a meal. And Margot had a theme song, and she would often sing out the chorus. And I want to sing it for her today. This is by Woody Guthrie, Union Maid. There once was a Union maid, she never was afraid of goons and ginks and company finks and the deputy sheriffs who made the raid. She went to the Union Hall when a meeting it was called, and when the Legion boys come round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union till the day I die. This Union maid was wise to the tricks of company spies. She couldn't be fooled by a company stool. She'd always organize the guys. She always got her way. When she struck for better pay, she'd show her card to the National Guard. And this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union till the day I die. And thank you. I would like to read this poem, and this is an excerpt from my larger poem, which is called my transportation poem. This is On the Bus in Paris. The airplane seat narrow, the flight long, but I am aboard Air France. So the food in flight, not bad. And a sky entry into the French world. Some 10 hours later, applause as we land at Charles de Gaulle Airport, CDG. just after 11 a.m. the next day, Tuesday. Off the plane, I buy an RER ticket plus 2 carnet of Paris Metro bus tickets at information kiosk, collect my checked bag, step out into the pale French sunlight, get on the RER train, wheels climbing over the tracks. I have done this trip before, several times. As we roll along through the stops, ancient buildings across from the stations, and more people getting on the train on the outskirts of Paris, we go underground and roll into Gare du Nord, then on to Châtelet-La-Halle, where I transfer to the metro, just a few stops to Place de la Bastille. A few short blocks from there to my hotel on Rue Amolet. 9 days in Paris, sometimes on the metro, but mostly on the bus. The buses in Paris take you all over town while seeing the sights. But when I go to read poetry at Paris Lit Up, it is in the 20th on a street unfamiliar to me, so I take a taxi. My second Paris taxi ride. The first was 12 September 2016, inaugural visit to spoken word Paris. The frenzy of Paris traffic, the cabbie banging on the horn, looking at me with an exaggerated French shrug. It is Paris. On this trip, traffic is less severe. The driver winds through many narrow streets before dropping me on Rue Julien Lacroix at the side of the club Culture Rapide. Fare, €20. After an amazing night of poetry, I hail another cab back to my hotel from Boulevard de Belleville, down midnight boulevards and streets. Fare, €10. Which goes to show the first cabbie was a sly old cheat. The next week, wandering full after my big lunch at Le Fabricant in a dreamy state, I must have turned around the opposite direction from Rue Jean-Pierre Timbaud. I walk up the hill, back deep into the 20th arrondissement in Belleville until I am tired of walking. So I get on a bus. I notice a young man enter the bus through the back door a few steps further on. He makes to exit the crowded bus, but there are a half dozen fare inspectors and transit police waiting. The youth becomes quite agitated, trying to push through. Let me pass. Burly cop stands firm. No, monsieur, you must show us your ticket. They take him off the bus. His reward to be a large fine for fare evasion. On the bus through the heart of Paris, Rue de Rivoli, past the Musée du Louvre, across the Seine, past the Musée d'Orsay, through winding streets of Saint-Germain-des-Prés, past Invalides and the École Militaire, disembarked at the last stop at Champ de Mars, beneath the Tour Eiffel, and back again up to Gare Montparnasse, and walked from there through old familiar streets of the Quarter Latin. Merci.